Hello and welcome to the Counseling Center for Growth and Recovery. My name is Irving Shatner and I'm the clinical director. And today I want to speak to you about the concept of perfectionism. So, perfectionism for many anxiety and depression sufferers robs you of your energy, robs you of your spirit, robs you of the desire to move forward. Or the will to move forward, or the ability to move forward, because at the very moment of less than perfect achievement, one feels disillusioned, and then one goes back into that state of anxiety or depression. So it's kind of a feedback loop that's created, almost to the point quite often where one starts avoiding the very situations that can make you feel better about yourself, less anxious, less worried, and less depressed. The paradox, though, is that in order to move forward to achieve a life of inner peace and freedom from anxiety and depression, one must abandon, or at least one must consider abandoning this concept of perfectionism, this notion that one has to do or act in ways that are always perfect, and the failure to do that means that one is a failure. So if I go for an interview and I don't get the job, that says something about me as a person, and having personalized it, I can then take it further towards the statement, I'm a failure. Or if one is in a relationship and the relationship doesn't work out, rather than learning why the relationship didn't work out, because it takes two people to tango, so to speak, one very easily gets discouraged, engages in self-blame, and feels that one did not measure up to the other person's standards. So maintaining very high or unrealistic standards is basically the cornerstone of a life of anxiety and depression. And it either leads you to continue to do or engage in the same behaviors over and over and over again and not achieve satisfactory results and feel disillusion, and eventually get you to the point where you begin to avoid or procrastinate because you know that it's impossible for you to achieve that, high level of expectation that you've set for yourself. So one might argue it's okay to have high expectations. There's nothing wrong with it. It moves us forward. It's part of who we are, and there's nothing wrong with striving for perfection. And I would argue, yes, there's nothing wrong for striving for perfection, but this ingrained need to be perfect at all costs, at all times, can be emotionally draining, and actually, paradoxically, has the impact of moving you from your goals rather than towards your goals. So what I'm proposing that all of my listeners attempt to do is to have a more realistic approach to examining your belief systems to see which of your belief systems are moving you forward and which of your belief systems are keeping you back. And recognizing that a lot of your belief systems come from past experiences or things that you've learned when you were growing up that may not necessarily hold truth now as you're getting older, as you're moving into adulthood. So perfectionism is not the way to go if you have anxiety. If you struggle with anxiety or depression, I encourage you to reach out to me. I have helped many anxiety sufferers and depression sufferers achieve freedom from their conditions through a evidence-based approach and an individualized approach using our thoughts and our emotions and our behaviors to kind of design a plan that is more realistic, and that moves away from this notion of needing to be perfect and is more accepting of the self. So having said that, I wish you many good days ahead, and if you need to reach out to me, feel free to call me at 561-404-1482. That's 561-404-1482. And I look forward to speaking to you on various other topics related to anxiety and depression and mental health in general. Thank you and goodbye.